welcome back.
Thank you so much.
It's nice to see you.
You too.
Now, you're giving this weekend, you got a real honor coming up. You're a graduation speaker. Where are you doing it this time?
Oberlin.
Oberlin College, okay. Nice liberal place, Oberlin.
Well, I know you've done a few.
I have, yeah.
And what's hard is that you've got two audiences. You have students and their parents.
Right.
And so it's hard to talk to both groups at the same time.
Do you have a plan, or are you going to pick one side or the other?
I'm going to go back and forth. I went to the school of the Art Institute of Chicago.
Oh, yeah, sure, I remember.
And so our graduation speaker was a conceptual artist named Vito Acconci. And what he had done was he built a ramp in a gallery, and he crouched beneath it and masturbated for 2 weeks without stopping. That's actually what he did.
Wow, so he's a 14-year-old artist.
Well, my mom didn't know, so I explained to her who he was, and she said, "You could do that." It gave the parents hope.
It's good that your mom's pulling for you.
But
I mean, that is not in any way what I meant. I mean that she was, you know, behind you the whole way. I should move on. So what do you want to tell the grads? What's your advice? Because here you are, you know, a sage voice of literature, you know, a famous writer. What are you gonna tell the kids?
Well, you know, it kind of makes you wonder, like, what do I know? What wisdom do I have? So I started keeping a list of my wisdom. So part of it is you have to be really careful about scented candles. There's really only two kinds worth having.
Yes.
And if you don't get those two kinds of scented candles, you have to go without. And it's a hard lesson to learn. It's a hard lesson.
What are the two kinds?
Diptyque or Trudon. And if you can't get one of those...
Deep what?
Diptyque.
Diptyque?
Yeah, or Trudon.
Or Trudon.
Yeah.
And these are both French companies?
Yeah.
Okay.
Another thing I was going to talk about at commencement was, and this probably happened to you, your parents said to you, well, you want to be in the arts, you need to find something to fall back on. And I hear parents say that all the time.
Yeah,
that their
they often do.
Daughter's going to be a writer, but she needs to fall back. But I think if you find something to fall back on, you're going to fall back. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
So, but I think the parents just don't want their child to be broke and to suffer rejection.
Sure.
But at 22, you're built for poverty and rejection. In part because,
that's true. Yeah.
In part because you're good looking. I mean, I don't think, as a kid, you don't realize it. You know, maybe those 22-year-olds are comparing themselves to the person sitting next to them or 2 rows up, but they are stunning. They just can't see it. But when you get to be 60, then you're like, why did nobody tell me?
That if you're beautiful.
Right, and if you're gay, you want to get in the time machine and have sex with yourself. That's how bad it is. But you don't see it. You don't see it when you're that age.
No, you don't. Now, that's a creepy message. I hope you will you going to deliver that message?
Yeah, it's part of my...
You know they're going to see this at Oberlin before you get there.
Well, I got an 8-part message.
Okay, good.
That I'm imparting.
Is any of it in your new book, Calypso, David Sedaris?
No.
Okay. Well, what is in Calypso? What is Calypso? It's your 10th book. What can we expect?
The title story is I was lying in bed one morning, and I was in France, and I found a lump at the base of my rib cage.
Oh.
And it was, I went to a doctor, and it was a tumor. It was just a fatty tumor, a lipoma.
Benign.
Yeah, the doctor said dogs get them all the time.
Sure.
And I said...
and that's supposed to make you feel better.
Yeah, and I said, well, can I have it cut out? And he said, but you could. But he made me sound vain for one, so I just pulled my bathing suit up higher. But then I started thinking that, like, if you had your tonsils out,
yeah,
your cat would want to eat your tonsils. Like a dog would just do it without... If you threw your tonsils to a dog, it would snap them out of the air and then be like, were those tonsils? But a cat would want to... be happy to eat your tonsils.
Sure.
And so...
Yeah, they wouldn't know, and
no,
you can't judge them.
No. But we got this house on the coast of North Carolina, and there's a freshwater canal near us filled with snapping turtles.
Oh, yeah.
So I was going every day and feeding them.
Those are dangerous, yeah.
And I thought, I bet a turtle would want to eat my tumor. So I went to a surgeon on the coast, and he said, yeah, I can cut it out. I said, great, because I want to feed it to a snapping turtle. And he said, Well,
And he said?
he said it's against the law for me to give you anything I remove from your body. But they give women babies. Right? I mean, how is that fair? So I went on stage. I was in El Paso, and I told that story on stage, and this woman came up and said, I'll cut it out of you. And I said, well, I have a book signing after the show. She said, I'm a night owl. And so...
Wait, is this a doctor?
She was a doc. She said, look, I'm a doctor, I'm not a surgeon, but I took a few classes, and she said, if I open you up and it's above my pay grade, we'll figure something out. And I said, okay. And so she cut the tumor out of me.
How?
With a knife.
I know, but were you under?
No, I was wide awake.
Was
and
there a local anesthetic?
Yeah, there was a local one.
Oh,
and I
God.
said, are my intestines hanging out? She said, no, it's just a little pocket. It's a little pouch.
Yeah, no details, please.
So she shipped them on ice to my sister and Lisa in North Carolina. Lisa brought them to the beach. I fed them to a snapping turtle. Happy to have them. He was happy to have my tumor.
That's the title story.
Mm-hmm.
All that and more in Calypso, out next Tuesday. David Sedaris, everybody. We'll be right back with